welcome to day 27 of 40 Days and 40 Nights 6.0. We are still on the segment of partnerships. And so today, what I want to talk about is our theme is reflect, reconnect, and restart. We're going to be talking about and reflecting about what was our experience when we first started in this business. So some of us, you're going to have to really go back and think about some things. What we're not going to do is use this at a time to point fingers. This is not going to be a time where we're going to start feeling bad about, man, I should have did better with my team, because this is an opportunity for us to reset and restart. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Because when I tell you I made a whole mess, I shared my story with you guys before. When I first started, they called me true ignorance on fire. I didn't know what to say to people. I didn't even know how to log in, the difference between logging in with Planet Marketing and logging in with IntelliTravel. I was just a whole mess. So when I tell you today is about having a conversation about extending grace to ourselves and to our sponsors, whoever brought us in the business, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? So that's what this conversation is going to be about today. So we're going to be hitting the pause to look at how we started and how we can reset and get a fresh start. So whether it's your first time or your fifth time restarting, this is going to be another one of those reset moments. I really want you guys to give some thought and be prepared to participate in this conversation. So partnerships, y'all know, in this business, and I feel like in most businesses, is the heartbeat of your business. No matter if you're in a traditional business, if you're in Planet Marketing, if you're in IntelliTravel, it's about partnerships. If you're just focused on travel, you need to know who your partners are. Is it Royal Caribbean? Is it Secrets? Like which suppliers are you really going to be partnering with? Are you really focused on Apple Vacations? Where are you really learning to see what these suppliers have to offer? And the same thing when you bring somebody into the business. When you bring somebody into the business, that is our responsibility to give them the best possible foundation that we can give them. And I want y'all to start thinking about a few things. So our goal for today is, number one, to reflect on our beginnings. Okay. Number two, learn from what worked and what didn't. Think about what you when you started. And remember, people have different learning styles, right, Nicole? People have different learning styles. So we want to make sure that we're hearing some stuff today that we will be able to apply. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all see that 31? 31. I'm so glad to see that. Thanks, Mike. Okay, so and then leave one insight to make sure that your next partnership and your next start is smoother. All right. So I'm getting ready to ask you guys a series of questions. And I want somebody put in a chat, but I am going to be calling on people to unmute and share. And we got a full schedule. So I want us to be like rapid fire, rapid fire. When I call you, get in and out. First thing, don't overthink it. The first thing that come to your mind. And all I can say is, y'all know I love my people that be on camera. I'm always going to come to you first. So y'all, if y'all on camera, y'all need to be prepared, right? Okay. So when you first joined Planet, what do you remember most about that experience? Just the first thing that come to your mind. Betty Brown, let's roll. So when you first joined Planet, to give us your name, how long you've been in the business, and what is the one thing that jump out of your mind that you remember?
Unmute. There we go. The first
Okay.
thing I remember is that the only thing I knew about travel was going to the airport and getting on the plane. I knew nothing else about booking and everything. I always called an agent. I need to go here. I need to go there. The few
Mhm.
times I tried to get on the computer, I was so lost. I said, forget it. And and that's how I met, well, not how I met Jackie, but Jackie was my go-to person, but I did have one before her. Now, what was the other thing? So that was what I remember right away.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. When you first joined Planet, what do you remember about that experience? So she remembered that she knew very little about booking travel because she had an agent. Okay, so y'all start thinking about the people that we're asking to partner with us. Like we can't start dumping all these different things that the company offer because they may have a limited knowledge. Because if somebody would have said to me, Carmen, I want you to join this business so you can start booking other people's travel, I would have definitely said, I don't think so. I didn't even know how to book my own travel. So we
Right.
got to be mindful of our messaging, right? So I want you to put in the chat because y'all know I'm going to stay after and read the chat. So if you have not been called on, everybody that can, if you're not at work or driving, please put in the chat. When you first joined Planet Marketing, what do you remember most about that experience? Number two, okay. How did you feel during your first week? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Did you feel confused? Were you hopeful? How about you, Mr. Bell? When you first joined Planet, the best that you can go back and remember for that week, what do you remember feeling? You're unmuted, Mr. Bell. Can you share? Mr. Bell, maybe he frozen. Okay. How about you, Georgette?
Great. I was going to say great evening. Good morning. This is Georgette Knox. When I first got into this business, I said, "Oh my Lord, what did I get myself into?" But I was excited too. And the
Okay,
second thing
okay.
I was excited and scared.
Okay, all right. Y'all paying attention to this? Okay, Dr. Gianna, tell us about it. When you first joined this business, just think back like on your first week, the best that you can, or early on. Did you feel nervous, confused, hopeful? Talk to us about how you felt.
I was so overwhelmed because I'm organized and I use a calendar. And when I say I put everything on my calendar that Planet Marketing offers. I was like, oh my goodness. But I didn't realize that I could work it on my own pace and everything. But yeah.
Yes, yes. Y'all hear these key words? Feeling overwhelmed, like, oh my goodness, I gotta put all this stuff on my calendar. Okay, I'm coming to you next. Thank you, Dr. Gianna, for sharing. Okay, so I'm coming to you next, Mr. Chin. Who helped you the most in your onboarding process? So think back when you first started. Where did you get that, like that feeling like, okay, I can do this? Who did you get that from? And tell us a little bit about that experience.
Uh, well, of course, my sister Denise was my sponsor.
Yes.
And when I first joined, actually, I really knew nothing about the business. Um, she had been telling me about what she was doing,
Mm-hmm.
but I had not seen the presentation. What got me interested in this business and the reason why I really started was I saw the Father's Day presentation with uh, Mr. Bradley, I think Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Moore, um, and a couple more gentlemen I can't remember, and they were talking about what it meant to take care of your family. Mr. Bradley, what it
Yes.
meant to be a man and take care of your family. And when I saw these gentlemen, these millionaires, and they were speaking to me, about what it means to be a man and take care of your family. And I said, if this man, a CEO of the company, understands that, and I said, that's what I want to be a part of. And that's what got
Wow.
me into this business.
I love that. Now, Mr. Chin got a background. How many years did you work in law enforcement, Mr. Chin?
20 years.
Okay, so y'all think about y'all list. You might be weeding people out. Oh yeah, I know Mr. Chin, he goes to my church, but I'm not gonna talk to him about the business because he's in law enforcement. And so I'm not gonna invite him to the presentation and see how we prejudge people. Now who would thought that he would hear something on the Father's Day presentation and it'll be like yes, this is for me. And so it wasn't the travel that got his attention. It wasn't the building the team that got his attention. It was the power of those men's stories, their success, and their commitment to helping men to be able to take care of their families. So that's the kind of thing I want y'all to think about. So thank you so much for sharing that, Mr. Chen. All right. So now I'm getting ready to come to Chrissy, our new silver builder. Chrissy, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared did you feel to actually build your business? Like, how did, just think about those numbers. On a one, you just like felt like I cannot build a team. I just can't see myself doing this. All the way to the 10, like I am getting ready to run it up. I'm getting ready to be a top earner. Tell us where you were when you started. How did you feel?
Good morning, everyone. So this is a funny question because my coach Elvira will tell you when I started, I was like, I don't want anything to do with network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bad taste in my mouth. I had built an organization with essential oils and got it ripped under from me, and there was a lot there. So I told myself I would never do it again.
Yes.
And so I was like, the travel looked great. The travel was great in my mind, but I was like, no. And, I
Mm-hmm.
started doing the training and stuff. And then I just kept, hearing this matrix, you know.
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, wait a minute, this is different than what I was in, because I
Mm-hmm.
started asking questions. So it wasn't until like a light bulb moment where I started
Uh-huh.
asking questions. And then when I asked, okay, so what happens if one of the legs, like at the top, drops out? Because it's kind of what happened. And then they told me, oh, it just compresses up. I was like, wait a minute, what? What? What do you
Right. All is
mean?
not lost.
Yes. And I was like, wow. So then I think that was like the light bulb moment for me to
Mm-hmm.
receive more, right?
Yes.
Because when it's a mindset, and so like when my mind was closed off, I
Uh-huh.
wasn't, there was all this information. Like some of the other people that spoke a minute ago, they said overwhelm, right? Yeah, it was like,
Yes.
whoa, this is a lot. But it wasn't until my mindset pivoted, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I'm ready now to receive this. Then, after I was ready to receive this, this, and this, I had to categorize what are my non negotiable things that I'm going to put into practice every day.
Right.
And now
Right.
I'm here.
Yes. Look, and now you are on your way to go. I love it. All right. So,
Yeah.
Attorney Toya, here's my question for you. Looking back, what do you wish you had been clearer, when you what do you think should have been clearer or could have been clearer for you when you first got started? Like, man, you know how we could be in the business for a couple of years and you think back, like, I wish I would have understood this better.
I wish I had understood consistency better, and
Mm,
especially that. Hey, Toya, you and Bob Cruz anyway. You ought to look at this. That was my introduction.
okay.
And these are your sisters and brothers, and call them if you can't catch me. So there was a while my onboarding was not really an onboarding.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
when I look at it, I that's why I'm so glad to have you guys. So
Good. Thank you so much. So y'all think about that. And we evolve as leaders. We evolve because we don't know what we don't know. I feel sorry for the people that I bought in. That's why when I bought them in, they went right out the door because I sure didn't know what I was doing. And I could have stayed there and licked my wounds, or I could have just rolled up my sleeves and keep going. Because sometimes when we bring people in, we are making a mess because we just don't know what we don't know. Director Denise, I see your hand.
I ain't know. Hello, everyone. Carmen, I didn't know what you were about to say when you said I feel sorry for the people, and you talking about I feel sorry for the people who came in under me. I was like, what, what, Carmen? But listen, y'all. The truth is, first of all, I absolutely I absolutely love I absolutely love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. My sister-in-law was outside. Like, why are you on the corner on the bus stop? Sorry, director. Chrissy, I absolutely love your whole energy, honey. I had never heard you speak before. But Carmen, I thought the same thing. I said, I really wish that I knew then what I know now, number one. And
Yes.
I wish I understood the power of being in somebody's first, second, or third seat. Like that, it
Oh,
just
that's
would have,
good.
it's not even just the knowing the first, second, or third seat, more than just understanding who you partner with, right? Because
Mhm.
even if you partner with someone who's new, see, a lot of times people say, I want to partner with someone who knows the business, but then you're not in their first
Mhm.
three seats because they probably have a whole line of people already there. But if I would have partnered with someone who was as honest enough to say, I'm new, but let's learn it together. And if somebody
Right.
if somebody had taught me the power of being in that first, second, or third seat, this is why anybody who doesn't have three people in their organization, you really should feel really good, like hearing all this
That's right.
information, because now you know how to go and reposition your statements so you can help position people to be in the right place. My onboarding was strictly like, did you go through the whole checklist? Did you do this? Well, call me when you do it. The only saving grace, y'all, and for anybody on here who feels like, oh, my sponsor doesn't tell me, just be a leader yourself. Be a leader.
Yes.
And that's the only thing that saved me, because I said, this was my $200 that I invested. This is my business.
Yes.
Nobody has to tell me anything. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna partner with the right people. I'm gonna do like Attorney Toya did and go and lock arms with the people who are moving in the direction I want to move in, and I'm gonna be
Uh-huh.
good. And that's how you have got to operate this thing, y'all, as an independent travel agency owner. Thank you, director.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, Mike is behind the scenes, and I just want to give you guys a resource that we got from the Situation Room a couple months ago. And while we're pulling it up, Tracy got her hand up because this is why it's important to have those sideline partners. Director MP invited Director Denise to be part of the Situation Room with Keita Mason. Director Denise advocated for me to be a part of it, and now we have a tool from them that we're able to use and share with our team. And of course, when we learn something for our team, we're going to share it with you all in 4040. Tracy, go ahead.
Okay, Coach Carmen. So I'm like Chrissy. I had some experience with network marketing with another company before, and that experience was mostly positive. However, there were some things about it that I did not enjoy, and so when I came to Planet, I was excited at first when I first saw the presentation and everything. I was like, "Oh, I knew this is for me." But being careful who you partner with, and I'm not saying anything negative about anyone, but I did not that part I didn't understand. And
Right,
so, as excited as I was about the business opportunity itself, I was one of those people who's a person of my word. I didn't have the $200 to start initially, but I said as soon as I got it, I was going to do it, and I did. And actually, it
mhm.
came early, and I jumped right on in. However, quickly I realized that I was in business by myself, and
Yes,
I didn't have an onboarding. My sponsor probably didn't know much, so she really couldn't lead me herself.
yes,
But I felt I felt an overwhelming sense of loneliness, like, what did I get myself into? And I remember going to my first blackout and I heard Natalie Nicole Graham. Now people would look at Natalie Nicole Graham and look at me like, what do y'all have in common? First, she's in a totally different generation. I don't know if she's a millennial or what, but I'm an Xer and she's not. But she said when she came into the business, she went to her meeting and she was sitting by herself with her notebook and she said she gonna figure this ish out. And
yep,
that stuck with me because that's been my journey.
yes,
Whether I'm by myself or rolling with somebody, I have to figure it out because it was my $200. My
that's
experience
right,
coming in was not going to deter me from thinking that this was a great opportunity because it was. I love to
right.
travel. I love knowing. That's why I got my real estate licenses, because when I buy property, I want to know to know. I don't want to have to
Uh-huh.
depend on somebody else for my information. So that was why I stuck with it. The other thing is I am not a quitter either. And the last
Hmm.
thing I want anybody to think about me is that I'm gonna give up. I can
Right,
show you better
right.
than I can tell you. So
Yes,
that
yes.
that was my experience. Now things are, people do better when they know better. And
Right,
so,
right.
now I know the things that didn't sit well with me. So when I bring people in, I know that I try to make sure that if I don't know, I connect them with people that know.
Exactly. Y'all give Tracy some fire and hearts, Tracy. That was so good. I love that. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And it's just really important for us to know that we can reset at any point, but it is definitely it's a growth process because I sure don't onboard now like I used to. I used to run behind people, hunt them down, like, wait, come on, we got to get on the Zoom. I got to show you all this stuff. No, I got a new policy in place. I don't care if you're doing the travel side or if you're doing the business side. You don't even get on my calendar until you prove to me that you can listen to the IMV 5 days in a row. Text me and let me know what you think. That's my policy, Erica. I'm not playing about that because what are we doing? Because if I know for a fact, if you can't give 20 minutes and I say you can catch the replay, that let me know if a person is serious. And so before they even go on my calendar, can we do this? Because if you work in the travel side, if you work in the Planet side, either one, you need to be introduced to the possibilities in this company. But before I literally used to stalk people, begging them, let me, help you. Ain't nobody doing all that because at the end of the day, the most of the people in your organization, once you get that one time $50, all you're going to get from them is $4. And you're not going to work me like a dog for $4 a month. But I trust and believe those people that want to do it, I'm going to lock arms every time they call them, be like, yes, let's go. What you need? What you need? But I have definitely learned to quit running behind people. And that's something that you learn over a period of time because I don't do the chasing anymore. But anytime my people reach out, I don't care what level they're in. How can I help? How can I be of service? And that's just something we're going to learn. So, Mike, are you able to share the screens with those documents I emailed to you?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so y'all see this is the little nifty form that we got that made a huge difference for us with the situation room. Director Denise, you don't we love this form because now we have a really nice guide?
Absolutely. I love the fact that it's colored. Color
Right,
stuff make
right.
me
Yes,
excited.
yes,
and,
yes.
and we love checklists because it just helps to kind of keep you in line. You know if you did it or not. So that I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes. So, guys, so if you have something that your team is already using for you, fantastic. But this is the onboarding checklist we got from the situation room. We use it. We're working with Michelle and our onboarding team. They're putting together a whole 4-week onboarding. Another thing in leadership in this business, quit thinking that you got to be the one to do everything. You don't have to do everything. We got so much talent on our team. We got a convention committee now. When Director Denise and I, we pulled our teams together. We got a convention committee. We got an onboarding team because we know we can't be all things to everybody. And between both of our team, we talking about over close to 600 people. Where you got all kind of professionals, talent, people that skilled at presenting, people with all kind of different skills and background. So we know how to leverage as leaders who's good at this, who's good at that, and then we have them to do that. So we're going to post this form inside of our 40/40 community so that if you don't have it, you'll have something to look at for yourself or for your team. Then we got one more form I'm going to show you guys real quick, and then we're going to go run to our breakout rooms and we're going to do a speed exercise with you guys. We're getting ready to do a lot in 5 minutes. A
All right, I'm
lot.
pulling it up now.
Okay. So this is a form I got from Coach Shantina when I first started, and I loved it. So have you guys seen this form? It's called the Quick Launch Form, where you work with your new partners to help them plan, like make sure they got a place for their passwords. When do they want to launch their business? They get a copy, you get a copy, and it serves as a guide, another tool, another resource for accountability. So thanks, Mike, for sharing that. So do you guys put in the chat if you have that form, if you've seen these forms before? But either way, we're going to put them inside of our 4040 community so you can get access to them. So let's go ahead, and we are getting ready to do some quick breakout rooms. And as Mike is pulling those breakout rooms together, let me tell y'all what we're getting ready to break out. And you're going to have 2 minutes to share. We're going to do room 1. And Mike, you could just put people in it. It don't have matter about the categories. Room
Okay.
1 is going to be the sponsor role. You're gonna get together and pick out who's gonna do the presentation and what should a good sponsor make sure happens in the first 7 days. What are some examples of a great follow-up system that you experienced personally? So for that group 1, room 1, y'all just gonna be talking about what should the sponsor do. Room 2, you're going to be talking about what should the goal builder's role be? How can we take more ownership of our own learning and duplication? So what should that goal builder be doing that's different from the sponsor? Then number 3, the third room is the director's role. What skills should a director develop when moving from the DIT to directorship? And so it don't matter if you got no partners. We know that DIT means that you got 50 partners and you on your way to 100. What about when you get to that 100? What's the difference between a DIT, a goal builder, and all of that as they relate to going to directorship? All right, so let's go ahead and do those breakout rooms real quick. We're going to put you guys in there about 1.5 minutes.
Quick
And
note,
then,
I'm gonna do 3 rooms, so that means 9 to 10 people per room. And I'm hoping it shows the room number that y'all in, because I don't know. So
okay,
you might have to
okay,
jump in and see if they don't tell them what they should talk about.
okay, cool.
All right, I'm gonna hit it now.
Okay.
Okay, room 1, room 2, room 3, open all rooms.
Oh, okay, I see how it's laid out.
All right, so I see people joining their rooms.
I love it. Okay. So can we move people to rooms? Or are they going? They're getting a pop-up. Okay.
Yeah, they have to click the button to join.
Okay.
Some people might be driving or doing other things, and maybe that's why they're not.
Okay. Okay. So Attorney Toya, you see the thing to join your room?
She may be in the room already. I'm not sure.
Oh, could she be
Oh
in here
no,
and I could
she's
still
still
see
here.
her?
No, she's still here.
Okay.
We're learning together
Yeah, yeah.
because we
Okay.
have not done this.
So I can move her to I want to move her to 3, but it's saying I only see 1 and 2 as an option. Or is it because they're full?
Mm, Okay, I just put her in 3. But I think she has to click the button.
Okay. Toya, you see the button that you need to click? She's not seeing it. How about you, Mr. Little? You're not seeing the button come up for you? Let me see. No. Okay, I'm gonna give them 1 more minute, Mike, then we're gonna bring them back. That's okay, you guys. You're still gonna learn something and hear some good stuff. Oh, okay, I see. Attorney Toya said her screen is black, but she can hear. Well, yeah, we can see you, Attorney Toya. So I don't know what's going on. That's okay. No problem. Okay, so if it says broadcast,
That'll
uh,
send a message to all the rooms.
okay. Broadcast voice. Okay, guys, let's come back to is that really working?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm playing with this thing currently broadcast. Okay, guys, let's come on back to the full group. Let's see if that really works.
I can close the rooms. It says
Okay.
here to close them.
Yes.
We learned it on the go. What did you call it
Yep, we
before?
learned.
Ignorance on fire in real time.
That's right. Yep, yep. We figured out together. All righty, guys. I know that was fast, but I just want to give y'all a touch of what we're gonna do here and how we're gonna be doing more of these small groups, and we're gonna learn how to do these breakout rooms as we go. So give us an extra 10 minutes if you can, if you gotta drop off, because I want to get y'all ready for my sister the next 2 days about YouTube and partnerships. So let's hear from room one. Who's going to be presenting? What should a good sponsor make sure happens in the first 7 days? Who's presenting for room one?
I will, Director. So Chrissy and Ms. Jackie were able to share in those couple minutes that we had, and Chrissy said her focus is always to make sure her people know how they're going to get paid. If they know how to get paid, she said 9 times out of 10 they'll stick around because now they have something to look forward to. Ms. Jackie said her first thing is focusing on making sure they understand their why and help them go deeper in their why, so that when things get rough, as they will, or things get tough or rocky, or they start questioning themselves, that why will always bring them right back to why they got started. And then I was going to say in that group for sponsored is making sure in the first 7 days that we get them launched. We spend way too much time trying to convince them that it's okay to get launched. They're so scared, so nervous about that. But our goal is to help them not be a secret agent and let people know that this is what I'm doing now. So
Oh
that
my
was
goodness.
sponsor group.
That's good. That's good. I love that. Okay, so the part about getting paid, really making sure you walk through how do you get logged into your Planet, your Hyper Wallet card. Like I love that Chrissy shared that because that's something that I fully did not understand at all. I didn't understand it so much so that I don't even know how to teach it. I'm 8 years in, and every time it's time for to bring a new person on, I'm still feeling like I'm struggling and like, wait, how do I explain that again? And I have to get one of my people like Jackie or somebody, Betty, to help me. Now, what do I say to them again? But we want to give people a solid foundation and definitely have that why in front and center. You got to remind people of what did they say that they wanted to do this business for, because it will get exhausting real soon. Okay, so room two, and definitely what Director Denise said about launching. Look, it don't take forever. It's not going to be perfect. And then when you launch, it ain't like you launch one time. You can launch every month if you want to. You're sharing your business. Like you think that you ever see McDonald's take that big yellow sign down? No, they letting people know every day they open for business. And we got to be able to do the same thing in our business, not a one and done. Okay. So number two, the goal builders. So who's in the room two for goal builders? What should the goal builders role be?
I'm Val, FD.
Okay. Okay. What did room two people, the goal builders, do?
Winey shared that she believes the most important role is to understand how to truly help your people so that you're a builder and you're developing builders. I
Yes.
said to take pressure off the time of the directors and do more of the managerial things, if you want them coaching things, so they are free to make sure they're moving the genealogy and helping the runners. Like if you have someone that you see is really moving, you want to move with them. The pace of the, in this case, the pace of the BP becomes the pace of the leader. And Dr. Gianna Young said, you're not a gold builder until you get a gold builder.
I love that. I love that. Yes. Okay. The Goal Builder Group, room two, y'all did a fantastic job. Let's hear from room three, the director's role. I can't wait to hear this. Who's speaking on that group?
Guess I'll jump in and speak.
Thank you.
We talked about the director's coaching the goal builders and the sponsors to get their new business partners to launch and help them make sure they're covering everything in the onboarding, and then also being available for the welcome calls and AKA the three-way with the new business partners to get them started off the right foot to be the evidence.
Oh, those are good, 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 good. One thing that I want to add on there, because we got some of the top leaders on the line, like Director Benson, if she's still on here,
She was
is
in
I
our
feel
room.
Oh, okay, great. Because I feel like this is a gap in the company, and maybe some teams have figured it out. I think it needs to be a more in-depth training when someone really takes on that role of goal builder. I know we have the goal builder call, but there's certain things that you need to start learning about the comp plan that wasn't relevant. You might have heard it, but once you get to goal builder, you start getting other income sources that's unfolding, and people need to get that real how to read those reports. And then when you get to director level, not only do you need to know how to read the reports, you need to know how to teach the reports. And I have yet to go to any convention, any training, and really be able to get an in-depth training on the reports. Q&A, like let me really be able to ask some questions so I can fully understand it. And I think the closest I've ever gotten to that, I've seen a presentation once with Director Eileen Ross, but it's just not universal. I remember before we didn't even have basic training, and Mr. Bradley instituted that. I can't wait for us to get to the level where we do have an in-depth training for directors. I think that's a missing link right now. At least I haven't experienced it. Maybe some other teams have. Okay, so we're gonna close out with Dr. Gianna, and then Director Denise is gonna close us out.
Oh, I was just telling my group that like I used to just do my hair and get ready watching the comp plan over and over and over again because Mr. Bradley told us to. And so I definitely studied it as a goal builder. And then um what was the second thing? Modeling. Just doing everything that you ask your team to do.
Yes, yes, that's good.
Absolutely. That is really, really important to be the example first and foremost. To be Mr. Moore always tells us to be a do it first leader.
Yes.
So not looking for your team to do, but to model it. So that is very, very important. Thank you for sharing the checklist. I'm a big checklist organized kind of person, and we used to send a welcome packet from
Mhm.
our team, and when somebody gets started, kind of give them pointers on what to do. So I'm going to look at this checklist to see because ours has yet to be updated. One thing I
Mhm.
wanted to share too, really quick, not to hold you guys long, but I don't know if you guys discovered this like I did, but even in teletravel now has an onboarding system that if you go in the back office under, I can't remember which tab it was, might be under training, but they actually drip on our new business partners over several weeks. I believe they receive an email about 20
Oh,
emails or so. And the beauty of it, you guys, is they have all the videos back there in the back office that we can look at them ourselves and see what our new business partners are receiving. So that is really, really powerful as well. It takes the load off. What I like to do as a director is similar to Director Carmen, is we do a team orientation, and we have a recording, and so we send the recording. If a person missed the live orientation, which is only once a month, if they miss the
Mhm.
live, we email them the orientation, right? I'm like you, Director Carmen, this is give and take. So like I had a business
Yes.
partner that asked me, new business partner, he said he was asking me different questions, and he was asking me questions that would be answered on that orientation. So the first thing I asked him, I said, "Have you had a chance to watch the team orientation that I sent you?" And he said, "Oh no." I said, "You know what? All of those questions that you're asking me,
Mhm.
they're answered."
Right.
They're given to you. So what I need you to do is I need you to watch that up front, write down your questions, and then now that second touch is going to be you and I on Zoom or in
Right.
person going over whatever your questions are, because there's way too much stuff for us to sit on a Zoom or with someone and go over step by step. If you can click, everything's there
Yep.
for us. So we
Yes.
always say click click everything. You can't break it. And
Right.
like you said, Director, I believe it was Director Denise, this is our business. We are
Mm-hmm.
independent contractors. That
Right.
means we gotta have skin in the game. So
Mm-hmm.
as far as onboarding is concerned, when I get on board with a new business partner, get a new business partner started, first of all, if I'm not doing it in person, I'm doing it on Zoom. I'm not doing it over the phone. Now Zoom makes it so wonderful. We can meet face to face on Zoom. I can walk you through. You can share your screen. I can see that you're clicking on the wrong thing. I can see whatever, right?
Yes.
And then I take everybody through their website. I make sure they're able to log on, because another thing the gentleman said is, which one is my website? How do I get to and how do I log in? Well, I can go over that, y'all, the first day. Like I tell
Right.
people, take out a notebook, and this is how you log on to your plan and marketing website. Let's make sure it shows up. Yes, okay, good. This is how you log in or log on to your IntelliTravel. And then I take them and I say, this is how you log in. So I show them that basic the very first
Mm-hmm.
moment that I'm signing them up. The next thing I want you
Right.
to do is I want you to watch the orientation, and then we get back together and go over your questions.
I
So,
love it.
and I stopped giving everything, y'all. I used to try to give everything in one or two sittings, but that's what happens. People do get overwhelmed because
Yep.
I sometimes, to be honest with y'all, I sometimes don't even put people on basic training immediately. Because if you give
Yeah.
them basic training, if you
It's
give
too
them
much.
if you give them the team Zoom, if you give them an opportunity Zoom, if you give them the travel train, it's like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. This is too much.
Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
I'm looking forward to that checklist, and I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for your patience and time.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. And just sent it to you, Director Benson, in a text, so you can have that when you get ready for it. All right, Director Denise is going to close us out. Thank y'all so much for the extra time, and then we're going to make sure that my sister introduced herself, and if anybody got any questions specific for YouTube, we can let us know so she could be prepared for you all tomorrow. Go ahead, Director Denise.
Yeah, like you, director, I couldn't wait to hear what had come out of the director room.
Yes.
So one thing that I realized when I was talking to one of my bronze builders this morning, that if I don't know if this is what needs to be done, but I feel like I need to do it. Mr. Bradley said when DITs come up to him and say, I'm DIT. How do I get to director now? He said, go get another 50. Like you
Right.
just got these 50, go get another 50. Well, I saw my DIT. That feels so good saying that, my DIT, because I have one now. When I
Yeah.
saw my DIT post yesterday, that she has 5 people launching next Sunday, and I did not have to tell her to go and do that, right? That's how it
Mm-hmm.
should. See, sometimes I think people feel like, and I don't think our DITs think that, like yours and or mine, but they feel okay, now I'm gonna just focus on the DITs to get them to directorship, when in actuality, no, they know how to go. They got to DIT, right?
Right.
They know what to do. If we go and focus on creating multiple bronze builders, multiple silver builders, and multiple gold builders, then now we got, because see, if we just focus on the people who are closest to director now, all of these new people that keep coming in are getting like frustrated, overwhelmed, and then they fall off. When
Right.
technically it's that new bunch of people that we go and look for those next gems. And so I'm
Yep.
excited that tomorrow we're launching a new person. Thursday, we're launching a new person. Next Tuesday, we're launching 2 new people. And if I just focus on helping them get launched properly and
Mm-hmm.
helping them secure bronze builder out the gate, then they're excited about going to silver builder. And now that could be 12 more people added to these numbers instead of me figuring out how I got to go get 12 front lines. No, we really got to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how to develop those younger, those newer people. So with that being
Yes.
said, I can't wait to hear from Kim. I love Kim as much as I love Carmen. So I cannot
Oh,
wait
thank
to
you,
hear.
sis.
Thank you.
Hey, sis, good to see you. Good to see everybody here. So, tomorrow I'm going to be giving out as much information as I can for people who want to utilize YouTube to help you to excel in your business. But because YouTube is a very individual thing. A lot of people think that it's something that you can just look at, follow a checklist, and then go on to YouTube. And it's really not like that. Each channel is millions of channels, and each channel is very individualized. So if it's anything in specific that you are looking for, like if you are looking at starting a channel, learning how to restart your channel, learning how to get subscribers, learning how to get monetized on YouTube, how you can use it as a tool for your business, as in building a community and then introducing them to your business. Whatever it is, if you could drop just at least one thing you want to know about it so that I can kind of cater the conversation. It's like YouTube is endless information, like it stop. So it's hard to just have a conversation about YouTube and cover everybody's questions. And I don't want people to feel like, okay, you said this or that, but that's not the question I had. So if you
Mm-hmm.
guys could just chime in and tell me where you feel like you need help at or you have questions about, I can jot that down real quick and then I could address that specifically for your situation.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. So far, we got Jackie Delane said she want to know about starting a channel, and then Chrissy said I created but need ideas on what lane to stay in. So Kim could give you some perspective on that, and then I know we got people here that started a channel, but they could use some information on growing their channel. And some of the things like I just found out from Mike yesterday. I was trying to upload a video and I thought that it had to be under 2 minutes for the shorts, the difference between the videos and the shorts, that kind of stuff. So what we might do when Kim is working with us, like we can have some breakout rooms for the real beginners and then the
Mhm.
people that's more advanced, and that way we can bounce between. And Mike is available. He's definitely very savvy with it too,
Mhm.
and so he
Mhm.
can help us out. Wani said she want to know about monetizing her channel. Okay, so we're officially done. We're just talking about YouTube
Yeah.
specifically. So anybody that need to go ahead.